Hello and welcome to Edinburgh Watch Company. My name is Jonathan, and on today's video I'm going to talk to you about the Rolex Sea Dweller Deep Sea James Cameron. You can find out more about this watch by visiting our website at edinburghwatchcompany.co.uk. There you'll find some photographs, technical specification and pricing, but of course if there's anything else you'd like to discuss about this watch, then please just give me a call directly. So what have we got here? This is the James Cameron. This is a watch that builds upon the launch of the Rolex Deep Sea round about 2007-2008. James Cameron, a very well-known director of the film Deep Blue, formed a relationship with Rolex, and this is where this gorgeous variant of the Deep Sea came from. Now let's go back a few years. So let's start off on the sort of Rolex sort of dive watches. The Submariner, of course, is your classic watch. 40mm stainless steel case, takes you down to 1,000 foot. Now that will do most, and it was the first watch Rolex I ever bought for £800 when I was 23, and it was just that iconic Submariner that was as popular for me many years ago as it is for someone buying that watch today, albeit it's a little bit more than £800. For those that wanted to go a little bit deeper, or perhaps wanted something a bit different, then that's where the Sea Dweller came in. So it was very similar to the Submariner, but didn't have the Cyclops, and as in the magnification on the date on the window for the date. It also had a helium escape valve to allow the pressure to come out of the watch when you're rising up from very the depth of the sea. And this went down to 4,000 foot. So again, great looking watch. The Deep Sea, however, came out, and this one takes you down to 12,800 foot. That's an incredibly technical and beautifully engineered watch. And although there are some watches in the world that might go deeper, there's not many that do, and they certainly don't look as good as this one does. So the Deep Sea, it has some fantastic features which we'll have a better look at when we get a closer look at the watch, but really a really good all-rounder. Now what happened was in 2018 the original Deep Sea James Cameron and the Deep Sea, the black one, stopped, and they introduced the 126660, which brought out the new movement, slightly change in the case, new bracelet design. So they put the 3235 movement in it that was more resistant to shocks. It had a 70-hour power reserve, and the case, slight change, but the bracelet was slightly wider, similar to the bracelet they used on the 50th anniversary Sea Dweller. Why did they do that, you might think? Well, some would say that the watch was a little bit top heavy when a slightly narrower bracelet, so this new one, I believe, has made it slightly more comfortable. I've tried them both on, maybe not perhaps for long enough to really appreciate the difference. It's still a big watch, but it is an absolute cracker. Now what's rather interesting about this one is that this watch had been kept in a dealer's safe until late 2018. So it's one of the very last of the 116660s, as in the original James Cameron Deep Blues, that's going to be available to buy. So we tend to find our collectors like these watches. They want to get the last of the original series, and that's what this is. By means of investment, great question. What is going to be better long term? Do you buy the original James Cameron, or do you buy the new model? Difficult one to call. Maybe the original one, because they're finished. But I think either of them long term would be really good. They're gorgeous watches. I've had one myself. Big watch. I've got an 8-inch wrist, so I can carry it off. But it's a lovely, lovely watch to wear, and the color on this dial, stunning, absolutely stunning. Anyhow, there's a quick overview. As with all our watches, goes without saying, all original boxes, warranty card, instruction manuals, hang tags, just everything you want. Now this watch has been worn about, I'm guessing, 10 times. It's an absolutely lovely condition. We almost have a standard that everything goes away and gets polished and brought back to new. Now we would happily do that for you, but we know sometimes our collectors, or someone that's just going to put it straight on their wrist and wear it, would rather say, hang on a second, don't polish it, I want it just as it is. And we can offer that, but if we listen, we're not having to pay for the polish, we'll take something off the watch for you. But anyhow, that's the watch. Let's go and have a closer look. So here's a close-up of the Deep Blue. Just first of all, look at that dial as the blue radiates into the black there. It really is quite something, the green writing with the Deep Sea. Contrasting here with the ceramic bezel insert here, 904L grade stainless steel, and the unidirectional bezel there. Even just listening to it and feeling it turning, you can really just understand the engineering that went into creating this magnificent watch. The dial itself, very clear, very easy to read. Of course, this is something that needs to be easy to read deep into the ocean. Nice clear hour hands there, hour markers there with a fantastic blue lume on them. The date wheel there on the right hand side, no cyclops on the deep seas. And then of course you have the Rolex and the description of the watch there, telling you again 12,800 foot. And then let's have a look at the side here. There we go. You can see the thickness of it here. The helium escape valve there in the middle. And then coming around to this side here, remember this hasn't been polished yet, but there with the crown guards there and the crown screwing into the side of the case. And here's the bracelet. That's the traditional 116610 bracelet, all satinized, 904L grade stainless steel, polished on the outside edge. Still even got one of the stickers on there. And this here, the deployant clasp there with a solid steel. And then if we want to adjust it, we just pull this up here. You can see these teeth there, and then this just slides in and out, just so you get it exactly how you want it. And then just push that down, clips back in, close this up, safety clasp on there, and you can see that Rolex logo. I'll let you have a wee look at the back as well, because this has got the titanium case back on it there. And you can see there, Sea Dweller. In fact, still got a sticker on the back there. Rolex Oyster, 3,900 meters. So I think gonna be enough for most of you. So that is a close-up of this gorgeous deep sea. Let's go and have a look at it on the wrist. So here we are. This is the deep sea, deep blue on the wrist. It's a familiar feeling, as I mentioned earlier. I've had the pleasure of owning a deep sea and wearing it for a number of years, and it is just a cracking watch. Again, my big wrist, perfect size for this. But like, you know, you don't have to have a big wrist to wear this. You know, the bracelet adjusts down. You can size it how you like. I know someone else that wears one of these, Paul Thorpe. If you've heard of Paul Thorpe, if you've watched it, if you've not watched Paul Thorpe's videos, go and check into his channel, Paul Thorpe on YouTube. It's really good. We had a recent, some great time with Paul at the Brighton Watch Show, and he has some great content. Paul's a sort of retired watch dealer now and spends his time doing cracking videos, giving out really helpful advice to people. And I mention that because he wears a James Cameron, absolutely swears by it. I think he's probably got quite a big collection stored away somewhere, and I think he thinks it's a really good investment piece. But no, an absolute cracker. You just can't stop looking at the dial. As I say, that blue going into the black and the green deep sea bracelet. It's a really good all-rounder. So anyhow, that's our 2018 deep blue full set. Great if you're a collector, want something like that, or just something just to put on your wrist. Thank you so much for watching today. This is only one of hundreds of videos we've done. We've got loads more coming along soon. If you want to be notified of all our latest videos, all you have to do is just click there. That'll subscribe you to our channel. But don't forget, we're also on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and of course, everything's on our website at Edinburgh Watch Company. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.